your hands behind your back.
On July 6, 2025, Broward County deputies were called to Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport after a passenger attempted to board an aircraft despite being denied boarding. Under Federal Aviation Regulation 14 CFR Section 121.575, airlines are prohibited from allowing any person who appears to be intoxicated to board an aircraft. This is not a discretionary decision, but a mandatory obligation. When airline personnel identify an intoxicated passenger, they must deny boarding.
What happened? So she was denied boarding and
Yes. She's trying to force her way into the plane.
I'm a psych nurse practitioner, so don't do any of this walk, because this is on the video. I literally gonna sue all of you. My seat is 35 feet. I've been recorded. This is on the
Put down
video.
the phone, please. Put down the phone.
Don't touch me.
Put down the phone, please.
Can I take this backpack off, please?
No.
Just real quick. Let me talk to you, all right? Come on. We're gonna
You
talk.
are hurting.
I'm not
We're
hurting
not
you.
trying to.
No.
We're not trying to. Just let's walk this way.
We're not
You are
trying to.
hurting me.
We're not trying to. Trust me.
What do you mean you're not
We're
trying
just
to?
detaining you right now
Like,
for your
it hurt.
behavior. Don't resist. Don't resist.
Ma'am,
I will resist.
Don't resist.
Don't touch me.
Just put your hands behind your back. All right?
just relax.
I haven't done
Okay,
anything
relax.
wrong.
I'm gonna go talk to you.
Figure it out.
I'm
We're
a
gonna-
nurse practitioner and I'm going
What's wrong?
to work.
What
Put your hands
happened?
behind your
I
back.
had a few
Put your hands
cocktails.
behind
Well,
your
that's all
back.
right.
He's
We'll work it
hurting
out.
me.
No, it's
Okay.
not hurting you. Just relax. Relax.
All right, let's have a sit.
Where you
Let's
from?
figure out what we got going on.
I can't move. It hurts.
Where are you from?
What are you doing?
Where are you from?
Here you go.
I'm Ukraine
Sit
and
down.
American.
Have a seat.
What are
There
you
you
doing?
Just put your legs out here.
There you go.
What are you doing?
Relax. Now talk to us.
How
Put
much
your
My
hands
dad
yourself
died.
down
I'm
here.
so
Relax.
sorry.
Relax.
I'm a trouble
Stop
nurse.
crying. Tell us what's going on.
How much do you have to drink? Just talk to me with
I
this.
had 3 cocktails.
How much?
That's because your actions there, so we have to detain you.
My period. It hurt. I swear to Jesus.
Okay, let's start with this. What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your
Hello. You can't force yourself down the jet bridge here. You understand? What's your name? Calm down, relax.
Uniform 1001.
Do we have a boarding pass for her or no?
Yes.
Where was it?
5 years.
Sit on the ground. Okay, so relax. Okay? The cuffs are just for your safety.
Oh my God, it's
Here
close.
we go, over here.
Uniform 1001.
Yeah, let me see. Certified. Yeah, certified.
How do you say your first name? Bola?
It's Olia.
What is it?
Olia.
Olya? Okay. Do you take medicine? Do you take medicine?
If you cocktails, I just become chit-chatty.
Okay, so you had a couple cocktails, you became chit-chatty. Did you take any medicine with that
I don't
stuff?
take medicine.
You don't take any medicine? Okay. Do you have an issue
I'm
with
healthy.
do you have an issue with alcohol?
No.
No? Okay,
I just,
you understand that you cannot force your way down this way.
I haven't been forcing it. I just was trying to board and sit comfortably, but it's been a few hours delay. And I have another flight to catch. This is the connector for me to go to New Hampshire. I work in this psych facility with kids.
Okay, obviously she's not flying, correct?
Under Terry versus Ohio from 1968, officers may detain individuals when they have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Here, deputies had reasonable suspicion based on witness statements, direct observation of intoxication, and the subject's own admission to consuming alcohol. When the subject declared, "I will resist," and pulled away from deputies, the situation escalated both legally and tactically. Under Graham versus Connor from 1989, the reasonableness of force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene. Deputies used only soft, empty hand control, guidance, and handcuffing, with no strikes or takedowns representing the minimum force necessary. Under Florida Statute Section 856.011, disorderly intoxication requires 3 elements: intoxication in a public place and causing a public disturbance. All 3 elements were present, The subject admitted drinking the airport is a public place and her behavior disrupted airport operations. Under Florida Statute Section 843.02, resisting an officer without violence is a separate offense when a subject obstructs lawful detention.
I'm flying. I'm flying. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm just gonna have water and sleep for the whole flight.
If you're intoxicated, we can remove
I'm not intoxicated. I'm fine. That's my baseline of being fine. I
The
promise.
issue here is that she's scared the flight attendants because she tried to force her way onto the plane. We have to close the door and stop the boarding process.
So she
Let's go
bypassed you down
outside.
that way?
That's absolutely not. And that's what he was telling me when I was in the line. He said, come outside.
I told you.
And I'm a female. And this intimidates me. And when a male comes up to me and says, let's go outside talk, it makes me want to ninja.
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. But I'm
He's the
gonna.
manager.
So what? He's not a pilot. He's not the plane. He's the manager
Okay. So this
who comes up to me in the line and says, let's go outside and talk. No, sir. I would like to board my plane and go to work.
all right. So explain to me exactly what happened. She was boarding the flight and at which time?
No.
From the beginning, come up here.
It's got boarding pass, and then she goes inside. So the agents tell me that she looked a little off.
Well, she was saying things walking down. At first, I thought she was on the phone.
And then as I'm walking out, she starts talking to me out of the blue. And I thought she was on the phone.
While you were down there?
I was walking out, right? There's a line.
Come back to
Yeah.
the bottom. Okay.
So I thought she was on the phone with a headset. But she was talking to me, and then she started talking to passengers randomly. And
Here's her.
people were some of the passengers were caught by surprise. They didn't know what to say. So I turned around and I asked her if is everything all right. So she says she's none of your business. You know, get out of here. And I can smell alcohol. So I tell her, do you mind? Let's go outside. Let's talk about it. 'Cause initially,
Tried to bring her back.
I never put my hands on her.
Yeah.
Just say, could you please go outside and I'm going to put you on the next flight. I'm going to give you time to sober up. But she kept walking to the point that I have to go down, talk to the flight attendants, explain the situation. And then she became loud. She said, let me go in. So we have to close the door. And at that point, then I call the county. So that's just what happened.
So you tried to bring her back?
Yes, to have a conversation to rebook her on the next flight.
And she
But
said,
she didn't want to go. She didn't want to get rebooked.
Then she
kept
started
walking
cursing FS,
all this was inside the...
inside the jet bridge.
We asked her to
tried
come
to get
off,
onto the...
and even customer says, hey, there's kids here. And you, mother, just, she was good.
Gotcha.
And I'm a nurse practitioner, Fion.
So did she ever make entry onto the plane? Or no, they kind of stopped?
No, we have to close the door.
We had to close the
So you
door.
closed the door.
Yeah.
So she never did actually.
No, she never did.
Okay, so basically it was her disturbance in the
Correct.
Correct.
Authority of Hollywood.
So you're denying the boarding, or what are you? So she never did make entry onto the plane. It's more or less y'all got
Correct.
into a verbal dispute right
Yes.
here on the plane.
We were trying to prevent her from coming into.
Okay, so she didn't like breach the plane or anything. That was my main concern. Stop the plane from normal operations.
Right.
Okay.
No, that's what I said when I called.
Okay.
She's trying to force her way.
Okay, cool. So you engaged her inside of the jet bridge, asked her to turn around, and became a verbal disturbance basically
Yes.
at that time. Okay, I understand. So that's a different ball of wax than actually breaching the plane, and that's why I wanted that clarification.
She tried. She
Gotcha.
did a good job. And shut that door quick.
Listen,
Yes.
when you were drinking today, did you take any medication? Any medication at all?
I don't take drugs.
Okay, but I'm saying you don't take any prescription drugs that might have counter-affected you with the alcohol?
No.
Okay.
I have only from my tree.
It's not you to stand by the copy of Bolo.
Thank you for 3 hours.
Respect to all units. It's going to be Authority of Hollywood at 1530 North Federal Highway in the Auto Zone, reference out 41 armed robbery.
If you keep it down, I can take you a little bit closer up. It's
Advising
cooler.
the subject
You want that?
point at a time.
Well, you got to keep it down, okay?
Right, subject is the left.
Yeah.
Wearing a white shirt, black
Put your feet up here. We're gonna help you out.
I'm gonna take Lyft or Uber.
Hey, you want to go back to the checkpoint? You good? Yeah. Going off. You're working today, Amano. Jesus.
The Broward County deputies receive a B+ for professional handling with appropriate force levels. They maintain composure, patiently explain the situation, and only use soft control when the subject actively resisted. However, clearer communication from the start about the legal basis for detention could have reduced confusion and resistance. The subject, Aaliyah, receives a D for creating a dangerous and entirely avoidable situation. She refused the airline's reasonable offer to rebook her on a later flight, instead attempting to force her way onto the aircraft. Her declaration, "I will resist," an actual physical resistance, transformed a brief detention into a custodial arrest with handcuffs. The airline personnel receive an A- for proper compliance with federal regulations and prioritizing safety. They attempted de-escalation by offering to rebook the flight, only calling law enforcement when the subject refused and attempted boarding. Lessons learned: passengers must understand that boarding denial decisions belong to the airline, not law enforcement. When airline personnel determine you appear intoxicated under 14 CFR Section 121.575, they must deny boarding. This is a legal requirement. Accepting rebooking offers is the best option. Attempting to force boarding leads to criminal charges and flight bans. Resisting law enforcement makes a bad situation worse. Comply with lawful orders, then address grievances through the legal system. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.